Joining me now with his top 5 picks is Stephen Orr, founder and CEO of Quasar Markets. Stephen, great to have you back at the desk.
Thanks, Carol. I love being here.
All right, so we have an AI, consumer, turnaround, biotech, and crypto pick from you. Let's start with NVIDIA. Still the face of the AI trade, but actually down so far in 2026. Why is this a buying opportunity?
Well, there's a couple of reasons why I like NVIDIA right now. Number one is, you're right, it's a buying opportunity. Technical analysis, it's great. But more importantly, I went to go buy a new computer, Caroline, and I didn't buy one NVIDIA card, I bought 2. One for the actual video itself, and the second one I had to do for the AI. I don't have one AI on my machine, I've got 27. So I need a whole video card just for AI. And NVIDIA is the monster machine, and it's gonna be the one that I love coming up. And people have asked me all the time, what's my price? And I think $220.
But what's the catalyst other than you buying NVIDIA chips?
Well, I think it's what you buy what you know, right? The whole Peter Lynch theory, right? Warren Buffett. And when I look at the markets right now, I think they're discounting NVIDIA as the powerhouse, right? They're not understanding the Blackwell chipsets. And Blackwell right now is being picked up, and it is massively needed by these new institutions that are needing AI. So NVIDIA's Blackwell chipsets have a backlog, not a front log.
In terms of the kind of the slowdown that we've been seeing in a lot of AI names outside of the memory and storage space, do you look at that as just kind of a healthy reset, or is the AI trade losing momentum?
Yeah, I remember when the .com came around and the world was going to blow up because the internet was going to make around. The same thing is happening again. We are only in the first inning of AI, and AI is really going to change how we interact with each other, how we live, how we work, what jobs we have. And I don't think that the whole realization has happened yet. But companies are actually realizing that. And one of the other things you're going to ask me about is HUT, right? Mm-hmm. They've actually pivoted. They were a crypto company, HUT, H-U-T, and what they did was said, okay, well, we are a Bitcoin miner, but you know what? We also have all these massive machines, and we can use them for quantum computing, and we can also use them for AI. So they flipped their whole script and pivoted to AI. That tells me everything I need to know.
Okay, so wasn't next on my list, but let's talk about it. HUT 8, it's a Bitcoin miner, the only name of your top 5 that's actually, at least right now, up on the year. So why does that make the list?
I think it's actually a buyout opportunity. I think the company could get purchased. They have good revenue, they have cash on the balance sheets, they've actually raised some more money, and they are very multifaceted. Their moat's very big. Quantum computing, Bitcoin mining, and AI. Those are 3 big terms that we're going to see here in the next 5 years, and they're on the forefront of that.
Who could buy HUT 8?
Pretty much anybody. I mean, you think about it from the perspective of Google and Amazon and Facebook, the Mag 7s, who might be trailing, shall we say, but there's also companies like Apple who are saying, you know what, I'm done trying to fight the Siri fight. I think I'm just going to start accumulating other names, and I think that'd be a very smart but typical to do.
Okay, next up is actually the biggest laggard of your picks, and that's HP, HPQ. Is that a value play or a turnaround story?
Yeah, there are 2 on that list, right, and we're talking about, and HP is definitely a value play. But what's interesting to me is that they have these new workstations and they have these new institutional machines that are implying that AI is going to be the next level. Again, the AI theory. But they are putting them out next month, in the next few months, in congruence. And when they build those things out, people are going to eat them up because they're cheaper, and they're faster, and the moms and the dads who aren't really ready to buy the big machine that I have, they're gonna go cheaper, and that cheaper is HP right now.
So HP is going to be a household name again, because I feel like it hasn't been one for quite some time.
That's correct, yes.
Outside of printers, I guess.
Well, I even have an HP printer, but when I look at the next level of things, they're gonna go in, and you saw Apple do it, right, with the Neo. The Apple Neo was this like a Chromebook, right, and it's been a big winner for Apple. HP's already doing that, and they're going to be even bigger because they already have the AI chipsets already on board. And so it'd be an easy move to the next level of it. Oh, I don't want to buy another computer, I'll just buy an HP laptop or an HP workstation.
Okay, shifting gears a bit, next up is Royal Caribbean. The consumer has been pretty resilient. The stock has actually been pretty resilient, but we haven't seen it break out. So what's the bull case for RCL?
Well, the bear case right now, obviously on the flip side of that, is oil, right? They
Sure.
burn so much energy. And as they start to burn more energy, and of course energy prices are going up, the bull case is when that energy starts to come back down, and it will, Royal Caribbean will take off once again. But they've got some bigger things going on in their company, and one of them is their new resorts, the ones in the Bahamas, the ones they're building right now that you don't know about yet, that instead of going to cruise all the time, you're actually going to go to their resort. You'll cruise to the resort, or you'll be at the resort in the Bahamas, has got a new one, right? Or Coco Cay, perfect day. They are really nailing down that whole sector. And the best part about Royal Caribbean is if you look at their reviews, it is top level, always. People are always saying very good things about Royal Caribbean, and I like that. And because of that, I'm actually a member of Royal Caribbean. Another reason why I believe in what I buy is what I see and what I do. And so when I'm on the cruises, I also notice how much money is being made in the gambling, the casinos there, and they're doing very well. And they know that they're not going to every port anymore, because not every port's happening right now. So they'll just spend more time at sea and more time at their own places. More gambling, more money, more revenue, and the stock price goes up.
So this isn't a bet on cruise lines overall. This is company specific.
That's
you wouldn't
right.
necessarily buy Carnival or Norwegian.
That's right, absolutely.
And this is assuming that oil prices are where?
I don't assume. I can't wait for them to go back down, and they will go back down. And I'm actually shorting oil, Carolyn, to make sure so everybody understands that. And the reason being is I think this is short-lived. The war is short-lived. I know it feels like it's been forever. It's only been 6 weeks. And yes, can it drag out? No, this is not Vietnam. This is not old time. This is a very specific, just like the president said, and he's going to get out of this. And it's not very good. So I think that all those factors are going to come back in. And oil producers themselves do not like $100 a barrel. They don't like 110. They like
or 116. It's 116 at time of filming this.
Right. They don't like any of that. They don't like $50 a barrel. They like $70, $75, $80 a barrel. They can produce. They can drill. They can keep exploring, and they're making money. Everybody's happy. People are still going to the cars and driving around. Right now, they'll start to pull back. When that happens, then the prices come down automatically, right? So, yeah.
Okay, so you're shorting oil because you think it's going where?
75 to 80 bucks a barrel.
Okay. All right, finally on your list is CRISPR Therapeutics, CRSP. Make the case for a biotech name.
I can make for all biotechs. I think the next level of anything going on in the sector from here to December and a little bit further is going to be the biotech space. It's going to be white hot. And on the forefront of that is CRISPR. With their biotech world they're living in, they can pivot themselves. But they are in the genetics genome space, and I really like that. So as we start to move and pivot into that space, CRISPR is on the forefront. They will be the company that everybody wanted to own. What's
the specific catalyst that we should be looking for CRISPR?
I think you need to watch the PDUFAs. And if you don't know what that means, that's the FDA's, their levels of approving their drugs. They've got a few in their pipeline. I think it's the pipeline that you've got to keep careful with CRISPR, right? And you also got to worry about the geopolitical side of CRISPR. Mm-hmm. But I'm not too worried about that, right? I mean, there's more things to worry about in the world than whether or not CRISPR changes the genome. So in my mind right now, CRISPR seems to be on the forefront of all of that, and they're a company that can pivot with cash, and that's a very good place to be in.
What's the riskiest pick on your list?
Yeah, I think it's got to be CRISPR itself because it is a biotech. And it could miss on an FDA approval of something. That's an issue, right? But I don't think so. I think CRISPR's a top. Now, here's a really cool thing about CRISPR, and I'll say it on the street right here. I think they could also get bought out as well. That's an interesting place right there, because I think a lot of companies like Pfizer and you look at the bigger picture companies, right, like Eli Lilly, they have the cash, especially with the weight loss drugs. They're really enjoying revenue right now. And because of that, I think they have some cash in the balance sheets that could be buying companies that are in the biotech space. Okay, so CRISPR, the riskiest pick, although with risk we know can come reward. If you could only buy one of these top 5, which would it be? NVIDIA. It's an easy one to pick. It's an easy one to own. Everybody needs an NVIDIA chipset. Everybody here has an NVIDIA chipset in their machines, right? Everybody's got one at home. And NVIDIA is the killer right now. Okay, and just finally, I mentioned that Hut 8 is the only stock that's actually in the green at the time of filming this. What name do you think the market is getting most wrong? Out of my 5 picks? Out of your 5. Yeah, I think the one that getting the most wrong, I think, is HP, right? Mm-hmm. It's because they're not ready for the next level of AI chipsets. They're not ready for the workstations of everybody buying a workstation. Right now, they're in this pivot mode of workers, right? Saying, okay, well, I don't want to lose my job. Well, if you don't want to lose your job, you better learn AI. Mm-hmm. And they're going to have to go out and buy machines that actually can handle AI. And I think HP is the most underrated right here. All right, we'll leave it there. Stephen, always appreciate your picks. Thanks so much. Thanks, Carolyn. That's Stephen Orr, founder and CEO of Quasar Markets.